So functions of the Overseas Preparedness and Response Team. So some of the functions of the Overseas Preparedness Response Team or OPRT according to the Executive Order number 34 of 2011 are as follows. First, anticipate strategies and programs, formulate policies and focus on appropriate response to the natural disasters, civil unrest, armed conflicts, and other crises in foreign countries affecting overseas Filipinos. So, the functions of the OPRT is they make an certain program and strategies and formulate policies appropriate focus on appropriate response on a natural disaster, and it may help to the other Filipino overseas for the crisis that coming from that country. Next, develop and adopt interactive operating arrangement among agencies. Formulate strategies and integrate agency plans to affect maximum coordination and proper resolution concern that may arise during crisis. Next, implement all policies, plans, strategies, and modes of coordination that are approved by the President and monitor their implementation accordingly. So, the functions of a PRT, they makes a coordination approved by the President. Next, it reviews and updates the individual contingency plans submitted by the Philippines embassies and consulates general and prepare a comprehensive communication that will appraise the public on government actions to ensure the safety of the Filipino in the crisis situations. Next, the Emergency Energy Contingency Committee or the IECC is created through the Administrative Order number 6 of 2011. It is directed to ensure that the necessary preparation are in place should there be any disruption to the supply of petroleum and other energy source in the country. So the IECC are composed of the following. First is the chairperson. Chairperson is the Department of Energy. So the member of this IECC is Department of Finance, Department of Budget and Management, Department of Justice, Department of Trade and Industry, Department of Agriculture, Department of National Defense, Department of the Interior and Local Government, Department of Transportation and Communication, Department of Foreign Affairs, National Economic Development Authority, and National Security Council. So now we move on here and the responsibilities of the IECC. So we're talking about the responsibilities of the IECC members. So according to the section 1 of a executive number 6 of 2011, so the responsibilities of the IECC member are as follows. First, the Department of Energy shall prove the overall direction and the enhancement of exciting policies and guidelines. The Secretary of Energy is hereby instructed to make lead of the chair, the ICC. So the Department of Energy serves as the lead of the member of the IECC and provide overall direction and the enhancement of the existing policies and guidelines. Next, the Department of Finance. So, the responsibility of the Department of Finance ensure that proposed plans are consistent with the government fiscal policies. So the Department of Finance is they ensure that the proposed plans are consistent. Next, the Department of Budget and Management. The Department of Budget of Management shall identify procedures for the utilization and reallocation of a funds, consistent and existing rules and regulations of Commission on Audit. So the Department of Justice shall ensure that proposed plans are consistent with existing laws, rules, and regulation. Next, the Department of Trade and Industry. The Department of Trade and Industry shall monitor the effect of prices of the other commodities as a result of any supply disruption and provide measures to remedy the same. Next, the Department of Agriculture shall provide information and represent the concern of the agricultural sector with respect to the effect of any supply disruption. Next, the Department of National Defense shall integrate the proposed plans with the plans of the National Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Council. The Department of the Interior and Local Government shall consult and coordinate with all government units, LGUs, and the Philippine National Police relative to the proposed plans. Next, the responsibility of the Department of Transportation and Communication shall be responsible for providing effective representation of the transport sector and coordination with all transport organizations in the development of the proposed plans. Next, the Department of Foreign Affairs shall provide linkage with the international community for up-to-date information and global developments. Next, the National Economic and Development Authority, their responsibility shall advise on the possible socio-economic impact to the proposed plans and ensure its alignment with the overall economic plan of the country. Next, we'll move here in National Coast Watch Council or NCWC. So the National Coast Watch Council is the central interagency mechanism for a coordinated and coherent approach on maritime issues and maritime security operation towards enhancing governance in the country's maritime domain, according to Executive Order number 57 of 2011, Section 1. So it was created through Executive Order number 57 of 2011. It is in charge of formulating strategic direction and policies, guidance of the National Coast Watch system. So the members of the NCWC, according to the National Crisis Management Corps Manual of 2012, the NCWC is composed of the following. First, the chairperson is executive secretary. Next, member is Department of Transportation and Communication, Department of National Defense, and Government and Foreign Affairs. Next, Department of Interior and Local Government, Department of Justice, Department of Energy, Department of Finance, Department of Environmental and Natural Resources, and Department of Agriculture. And the NCWC, they have a support agency, which is the Philippine Navy, Philippine Coast Guard, Philippine National Maritime Group, National Prosecution Service of the Department of Justice, Bureau of Customs, Bureau of Immigration, National Bureau of Investigation, Bureau of Fisheries and Aquatic Resources, and the Philippine Center on Transnational Crime. Now, we move on the power of the function of NCWC. So according to the Section 3 Executive Number 57 of 2011, some of the powers of and functions of NCWC are provide strategic direction and policies guidelines for NCWS maritime security operations and multinational and cross-border cooperation on maritime security. Next, conduct periodic review of maritime security operations and render periodic reports to the President and National Security Council or NSC. Next is recommend to the President policies and procedures in managing and securing the country's maritime domain. Next, harmonize capability plans and fund requirements relative to maritime security missions and harmonize and coordinate the rules and relationships of the different governments agencies pursuant to their mandates relative to the policies directions of maritime security and governance framework. Next, we'll move on in the Crisis Management Support Secretariat or the CMSS of the Office of the National Advisor or ONSA serve as the support secretariat to the EXECOM or NCMC. The secretariat to the subcommittee NCMC or the NSC, it has as follows. First, maintain a database for all inter-agency department contingency plans. After actions, review, assessments, updates on horizon scanning, methodologies, and other relevant data for crisis management. And next, advocating interagency department collaboration. Next, leading interagency department training and rehearsals to address threats or crises and assist concerns staff of the COPR and validating through interagency department simultaneous exercise. The interagency department contingency plan.